Right, it's that time again where we take a look at the Doctor Who overnight ratings. They're not great. They're better though, but they're not great. They're still at an all-time low. Yeah. So let's take a look. Hit subscribe if you're new here. Do turn those bell notifications on. We're going to just look at this. So Doctor Who TV, great website. Really, really good website. And I've spoken to them I've spoken to someone there a few times. Really nice people. And they do this thing weekly where they have a tally score, a table where they just plot everything out for the Doctor Who ratings. Really, really good. Just raw data. Great to take a look at. Now, what is, again, rather absent from this is the Audience Appreciation Index, which was absent for the entirety of last season. And the Audience Appreciation Index, the excuse they gave for it being absent from last season was some kind of new way of calculating it or something like that. I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was something along those lines. Well, they've ironed that out now, surely. And they're still not giving the Audience Appreciation Index. So it's still really suspect. And you'll get the absolute tards online, the shills for Doctor Who, that just completely hand wave that away as if that's fine. It's not fine. You're an imbecile. It's raging cope. That's not fine. It's weird that the BBC is still withholding. You know, we're week 3 with the Doctor Who now. And they still haven't released any Audience Appreciation Index for any of the episodes. Yeah, that's weird. That's weird, because the excuses they gave for the last season, not doing it there, that doesn't work again. So what excuse are they going to give now? But anyway, just to go through it bit by bit, because this is what I like to do here. The first episode came out, and that was an all-time low, right? 2 million overnight views was an all-time low for Doctor Who. That was an all-time low. And then the second episode came out, and that was even lower. So obviously 2 million for the first episode. Then the second episode came out was 1.58 million. And that was the all-time low at that point in time. It's never been lower than that. That's staggeringly bad. But something which I always like to document here as well is you get the +7 TV +4 screens as well. And something which I've noticed, which you'll notice if you look at any of these tables for the last season, is that always, without failure, for the +7 TV +4 screens, it's always about the 1.5 million mark that gets added on. It's always about that. No matter how low the overnight ratings go, always an additional 1.5 million. Or thereabouts, give or take. That's weird. That's a very strange consistency. Because, again, logically, if the fandom is switching off, right? So they're switching off as they go through. The episodes come out. They're switching off. They're not engaging with it. They come out. Yep, not happy with this. And that gets lower and lower and lower. Logic is that it would get lower and lower and lower with the plus TV 7 +4 screen, whatever. It wouldn't stay very consistent at 1.5 million or thereabouts. It just wouldn't do. Okay, that's not how that works. Unless they're playing silly buggers. So this is the BBC playing silly buggers. Like, I'm happy just to say that that's clearly them doing something with it. Now, so anyway, the second episode, was 1.58. So we know for sure that the +7 +TV +4 screens, when that comes out, which will probably be tomorrow, so I might do another video on it, will be about the 3 million mark. Because it will be. Because they're going to add the 1.5 million extra onto it, just like they always do. But anyway, to go to episode 3, which I did review actually, which if I can remember, I'll leave a link above. But go check it out, my review. I think it's important to review these episodes now, because this is probably going to be the last season we get for a while. And my thinking is that these are so bad. The ratings are terrible. I might as well watch it and see why it is so bad. You know, what is it? Why are people switching off? And this episode wasn't actually that bad, right? On the grand scheme of things. It's not that offensive. It's still pretty offensive. But it was bad for really silly things. Like, clearly they've spent a lot of money on it. But it still looks cheap. And that's down to cinematography and editing. So they've not spent the money on better technical staff, basically. But they've spent insane sums of money on set design. Oh, those set pieces were huge. Really big set pieces. But anyway, sorry, I digress a little bit. Anyway, third episode, overnight ratings are this. 1.86 million. Now, some people will probably be looking at that going, wow, it's gone up. Amazing. Arf, 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 like a seal. That's still really bad. That's still really bad. Remember, just 2 million was the lowest ever. 1.58 was then the lowest ever. Now we've gone up a little bit. By not even 300,000. And now, again, people will probably try and claim that as a win. That's not a win. Okay, that's awful. Sub 2 million views we're at now. We're at sub 2 million overnight views. That's atrocious. That is atrocious. And something which does occur to me as well with these +7 TV +4 screens is that a lot of this is probably the same people just rewatching it. It has to be. If you're going to say that the BBC haven't fiddled the numbers. Right? If you're going to say that they haven't fiddled the numbers, this has to be the same people rewatching it. Because otherwise it wouldn't be consistent. The consistency denotes two things. BBC fiddling it, right? BBC loves to fiddle things. Or the same people just rewatching it. Which is not a good thing. Not a good thing at all. So these numbers suck. Right? These numbers are awful. Obviously. And again, audience appreciation index, not there. Why is it not there? Why? Where is it? They waited ages to release the last one. And that was bad. The audience appreciation index was really bad for the last one. This is really bad. That they're still not releasing it. This is bad. So there you go. There's nothing else really to say here. The numbers suck. Some people will try and paint this as a win. This is not a win. Okay, yeah, it's gone up a little bit. Oh, wow, good. Still some of the lowest ever in history. That's not a win, is it? Oh, every little, just got to get them wins in. No, this is real bad. This is real bad. The sooner people start realising and accepting that this is bad, the sooner you'd probably end up with a show that's actually good. Right? Because everyone just clapping like seals for this. Arf, 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 arf. Some of the fans, anyway. Or what means you're just going to keep getting this consistent slop now. Or what? You're not, because it's going to get cancelled, obviously. So there you go. There's the thoughts. There's the rundown of the data. You can hate on it, but that's just the data. I'd love to see how someone can spin this, because that sucks. Leave your thoughts down below. Take care. Bye-bye now.